What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brent here with OBB. How you doing, man?
I'm doing.
And we are here today because we got a lot to discuss. We got a redo to do.
Yeah, we got a redo. We got lots of updates.
So be prepared. This might be a long one. What I mean by it might be a long one, you see, back in July, we did this. We recorded this.
This is before training camp started, too.
Yeah. I never edited this, and then...
a lot of stuff happened in between then.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happened. What we're talking about is the Buffalo Bills roster. I thought that it would be just like any other year. You know, training camp starts. Not a lot of major changes happen, but then I forgot, this coach and GM isn't like other coaches and GM who are just here for the money. They actually care.
They're actually making moves, actually doing things other than just kind of going through the motions. There were some minor moves and there were some...
major moves.
Well, there was minor moves and then there was some pretty interesting moves and then there was a big... I wouldn't say blockbuster move, but a pretty significant move. The biggest move of the offseason so far, in my opinion, in regards to roster change.
It forced us to do a redo. Now, in the background with some smart comments, you might hear the Beckie. How you doing, baby?
Doing okay. How you doing, baby?
Hey, you know me. I got water in my cup. I'm all good.
That's not water.
That is water. Shut up.
You want to know you're drinking some alcohol?
I do not drink alcohol always.
He's lying like a rug.
Whatever.
But you know what? We have at least one preseason game to gauge on how some of these rookies and guys trying to make the team played, and we have a little bit more to work on than what we had anyway. So this actually should work a little bit better.
So we're going to try and focus on choosing who's going to make the 53-man roster. Freeze! All right, what's going on, people? So here's why I decided to call freeze. As it turns out, the Bills still like making moves when OBB and I are done. So here's what happened. 3 things happened. Well, 5 things happened total. But three main things. Well, 4 main things. Let's do it by ear. So on Sunday, the Bills made a few moves. Well, Sunday, August 20th, 2017, they decided to sign a couple of new free agents. And that was tight end Rory Anderson and safety Adrian McDonald. I honestly, I think they're just here for training camp and then they're going to be let go. That's just my thing. So, in order to make room for them, the Bills released kicker/punter Austin Rakakau and tight end Jason Kroom. So that effectively means that Colden Schmidt is going to be our punter. That competition is over. Jason Kroom was injured, so it is what it is. So, Anquan Bolden on Sunday night, when he announced that he was retiring from the NFL, he released a statement, and it said, "Football in its purest form is what we all strive for as a nation. People from all different races, religions, and backgrounds working together for one shared goal. The core values taught in football are some of the most important you can learn in life. To always be there for the guy next to you and not let your fellow man down. You do whatever it takes to make sure your brother is okay. Football has afforded me a platform throughout my career to give a greater impact on my humanitarian work. At this time, I feel drawn to make the larger fight for human rights a priority. My life's purpose is bigger than football." Now, for those of you who are football fanatics, extreme football fanatics, you might not like it, but honestly, let the man live. You know, it stinks that he's no longer with the Bills, but he was affected by something, and he's a grown man. No amount of whining is going to bring him back. Let him retire. Let him do his humanitarian work. Hopefully that is what he's doing. And best of luck to you. Now, back to the video of pictures. So, let's start things off. Quarterback, we have 3. We have Nathan Peterman, Tyrod Taylor, and TJ Yates. Now, we did lose Cardale Jones in a trade. He was sent to the Chargers.
That's right.
For a 7th round conditional pick. So we basically gave him up for nothing.
Which he wasn't really anything to begin with.
True.
Not to disrespect Cardale Jones in any way, but the way he played really didn't merit a high demand for him.
True. So,
and with 4 quarterbacks on the roster, we had to get rid of them.
We did have to get rid of them.
And we would rather not waste essentially we got our draft pick back. Like, we picked him up, he really didn't work out. At least we got something out of him rather than nothing.
Well, we might get something. It's a conditional pick.
No, we will get it depends on that's what the conditional means. It depends on the Chargers record and if they use him and things like that. We're gonna get something out of him. It's not like we got rid of him for anything.
We basically got rid of him for nothing.
No, we got a draft pick back.
It's a 7th rounder.
He was drafted in the 4th?
It means absolutely nothing.
It does not mean absolutely nothing.
Undrafted players mean more than a 7th rounder.
What round was Tom Brady taken?
6th.
So those late rounds matter, don't they?
Not really.
Well, the greatest quarterback of all time. Came out of the 6th round.
We are not talking about the cheater, okay?
I'm making a point.
A cheater is a cheater is a cheater.
Cheater, pumpkin eater?
No, because pumpkin's delicious.
Kyle Williams came in one of those late rounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he's an honorable player. There's a difference.
Again, I'm making a point.
Who are we keeping on the roster?
Stop arguing with me. Nathan Peterman. He might just win that second string spot there.
Yeah, the thing about his performance in the preseason game is it was very impressive, enough to the point that he's taken second team snaps in practice. So he might take the backup role because TJ Yates ain't doing a thing.
Well, we kind of knew what we were getting when we picked up TJ Yates. Nathan Peterman is just this young kid coming out of college, 23 years old, out of Pittsburgh, who has a lot to prove. And so far, he's showing up at practice and in that first preseason game, at least, to earn a spot to move up with the second team.
And I do like Nathan Peterman's playing style. Now, don't get it twisted. He is not starter worthy yet. Okay?
Not yet.
He's not going to be overtaking Tyrod anytime soon. But I do like his playing style because it's more complementary to what Tyrod does. While Nathan Peterman says he's not a runner, he can still run.
He shows flashes, at least, again, we're only going by that first preseason game, but he's showing flashes of Steve Young type playing. He's a pocket passer, but if you give him an open field, he's going to hurt you.
All right, so I hope that it's Tyrod and Nathan. I want TJ Yates gone. There's no reason for him to be on the team.
You could hold 3 quarterbacks on your roster.
We could pick up one more young one.
Well, you might as well have a veteran in there for emergency purposes.
We got Tyrod.
And again, Tyrod's a mobile quarterback. There's a good chance he could get hurt. Even if he doesn't miss a few games, if he gets hit pretty good and he's out for a series or 2, at least you could put TJ Yates, a veteran who knows what he's doing. He's been on the field. He's played at the NFL level. He can handle a few snaps for Tyrod to come back. Best case scenario.
Yeah, he knows so much. He was boring as ever on the field.
Again, that's why he's not a starter. But you need a veteran on there to take the reins in case of emergency happens. Injuries happen, man, and they like to happen to the Bills, so you need to be prepared.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to injuries happen. Man, this isn't fair. We're gonna get to it. Hold on. So we're going to go to my favorite position. Well, not my favorite position, but one of the top positions. We're talking about the runners. All right.
Running backs.
So on the
McCoy's
team,
the guy. Yeah, that's nothing. That's an easy one. We're really just looking for guys who are going to be coming in.
Can I run down the names? I gotta run down the names, man.
Okay.
You just bite in, man.
Run down the names of the running backs.
Thank you. For the running backs, we have Joe Baynard, Jordan Johnson, Tywan Jones, LaShawn McCoy.
Who's that guy?
I have no idea. I think he's new. Cedric O'Neal and Jonathan Williams. LaShawn McCoy, we would love to have you on the podcast. I'm just saying. So I see all the names, and some of them are impressive. You know what would be better?
Don't do it.
Freddie!
He did it.
Fred Jackson coming back.
Over your man crush already.
Never.
Fred Jackson is not coming back.
Look, Marshawn Lynch came back to the NFL.
Marshawn Lynch is under 30 years old.
No, he's not.
He's just over 30. Something like that.
No, he's not.
He's a decade younger than Fred Jackson. You almost had me cussing.
I don't know that's correct. Hold on, I'm gonna check. Keep on talking, I'm gonna check.
Well, Freddie's not ever joining the team again, but who does look good is that Jonathan Williams kid, 23 years old, out of Arkansas. Hard runner. He's a different running style than LaShawn McCoy. Shady's a very shifty and very mobile, hard to tackle running back, whereas this Jonathan Williams seems like a ground and pound type of guy, similar to a more of a Marshawn Lynch style of running. So it's good to have those two types of running backs in your backfield, just so defenders aren't used to the one style. They get used to Shady juking them out of their cleats, and they're trying to stay still and tackle Shady. And then when you get Jonathan Williams in there.
Jonathan Williams, okay, but he's going to fumble the ball. Marshawn Lynch is 31.
Okay, I wasn't that far off. Just over 30, I said. How old is Freddie?
How old is Freddie? What, 36?
42?
He is not 42.
Look it up. He's at least 40 years old.
He's not 40.
Okay. Fred Jackson's 36 years old.
He can still play.
He's done.
We're
done, and we're moving on to people who are actually on the team and who are actually going to be part of the team.
Freddie can be part of the team.
He's never coming back, man. Let it go.
No! He can be part of the world again.
Anyway, we have Patrick DeMarco.
Thank you.
Patrick DeMarco, Mike Tolbert.
And those are the fullbacks.
Those are fullbacks. I don't see us keeping two fullbacks.
Mike Tolbert had a good preseason game.
The only way I see both of them making the squad is if someone lands on special teams.
They might keep Tolbert.
I see, kind of going back to the running backs real fast. Obviously Shady's an easy keep. I think Jonathan Williams is going to stick around. And then it's up in the air if we're going to keep a third back, which we might again for emergency purposes. Jordan Johnson, that would be interesting to see if we keep him. Kid right from UB.
He's from UB?
It says right there, Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
Jordan Johnson. So Jordan Johnson, now I got a guy I'm going to be pulling for during this preseason. Now I got someone I'm going to focus on and see how he does.
Yeah, he might just make it on practice squad.
Maybe just because he's a hometown kid, but maybe he'll show up and make Buffalo proud. But at 23 years old, 6'1", 220 pounds, a rookie running back.
He's tall for a running back.
He's about my size.
You're 6'1"?
I'm like 6'2"-ish.
Oh.
but he's a lot leaner than me.
Well, everybody's a lot leaner than me.
He's at the weight I want to be at.
220.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on to wide receivers.
Wait, you're bigger than 220?
240.
I would never have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow.
Thanks.
So, as we go down to wide receiver, we must talk about the sad thing in the room. A
The
moment
big
of
elephant.
silence for our dearly departed, injury-prone wide receiver, Sammy Watkins.
Did you hear that? It sounded like his ankle breaking again.
He got traded to L.A.
Tweaked his Achilles coming off the airplane.
Oh, God. So, we got a second-round pick for him, which was surprising. And
No, not really.
he hasn't played much.
Yes, but when he is on the field,
He hurts himself.
he's pretty he's a pretty fantastic football player. It's just keeping him on the field. I know the Rams are happy they got a pretty good wide receiver as long as they can keep him healthy.
Yeah, but they don't have a quarterback.
They have a rookie quarterback that they just drafted last year. Jared Goff,
The guy who sucks.
who played 1 year, his 1 year so far. People said the same thing about Peyton Manning. Look how that turned out.
Are you comparing him to Peyton? Don't you compare him to my cousin.
Their rookie year.
So, Sammy got
Sammy
traded
is
away.
gone. We got a second round pick, but it's from the Rams. So if we're gonna think, value wise, that's basically like another low first round pick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say the Rams aren't gonna be that good.
No.
So which means they'll have a higher draft pick, which means in the second round they'll be picking high again.
Yeah.
Which now we have.
Yay.
So, quick reminder, everyone who kind of forgot, the Bills do have 2 first-round picks in the 2018 draft.
Mm-hmm.
Now a high second-round pick. So if you really, really want a gun for a young stud quarterback coming out of college, you have 2 first-round picks in your arsenal and a high second-round pick the same year to offer in a trade. Now you're throwing the whole kitchen sink in there, and you really got to hope this guy works out. But you have that, and next year's first-round pick you could also throw in there. I don't see them doing something that drastic, but I didn't think they'd trade Sammy Watkins either. So
Neither did
never
I.
know.
So, the players that we have since Sammy is gone is Corey Brown, Jeremy Butler, Andre Holmes, Zay Jones, Desmond Lewis, Jordan Matthews, who we got via trade with another player. Walter Powell is a wide receiver. Brandon Riley is a wide receiver. Rashad Ross, Daquel Shorts, Rod Streeter. I'm going to murder some names, all right? Brandon Tate. We have a lot of names in this wide receiver field, but do any of them deserve to be the number one?
Number one, I mean, now that Sammy's gone, is pretty up for grabs. This is something I've been thinking about the past few days. With Sammy being gone, like, yes, you're gonna miss his playmaking ability, but I don't think we're gonna miss him that much. I don't think we're gonna start losing games because we don't have Sammy Watkins. Just like I don't think we're gonna start significantly winning games if he would have stayed on the field. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, Sammy Watkins missed 8 games last year, and the Bills still were 12th in total offense in the league.
And that's because they ran a lot.
Well, which brings me back to my point. We're not going to miss him that much.
Yeah, no, we're not.
We're still going to be running the football.
Now,
if we lose Shady, that's a whole other story.
maybe Andre Holmes squeaks his way in because he's had a rough training camp.
Yeah, I kept hearing from Raiders fans and things like that they're going to miss Andre Holmes, and he was a good pickup by the Bills, but he's been relatively quiet.
He's been kind of sucky.
I've been hearing a lot about Jeremy Butler, believe it or not, has been making some fantastic grabs throughout training camp. Every time I check the Bills website and camp highlights, he's making one-handed grabs and making some really, really nice plays. So right now, if you ask me, Jeremy Butler is the guy that's going to take maybe that last wide receiver roster spot. That's if they go with 4. They might go with 5 just for
I think they're
rotation.
going to go with 5 or 6.
Oh, 6 is kind of overkill there. I don't know about 6. Maybe 5.
If they go with 5 here, I would, on name alone, Rod Streeter.
If they're going to go with 6 wide receivers, that means we're only keeping 2 running backs. And and no fullbacks.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's go with 5. On 5, I think it's going to be Rod Streeter. Just on name. I'm not even talking ability. I'm just going on name.
Just going on name?
Just going on name.
I'm gonna say Brandon Tate.
So let's go on to tight end. We have Charles Clay, Nick O'Leary, Wes Saxton, and Logan Thomas. I'm hearing so many good things about Logan Thomas. He is a 6'6" player. He was a quarterback in college, but they made him into a tight end, and he's been impressing them so far.
For me, not much other than Charles Clay coming from the tight end position. I still think there's the tight end out there that they could still sign, if I'm not mistaken.
Barnage.
With Gary?
Yeah.
Gary Barnage. That would be...
Barnage or Barnage?
Barnage. Something like that from Cleveland.
So we're going Charles Clay is number 1. Maybe Tyrod can see him. Maybe not. We'll see. For the second tight end, it's between Nick O'Leary, in my mind, Nick O'Leary and Logan Thomas.
I'm going to go with Nick O'Leary just because... Wasn't he on the team last year?
He was on the team last year, but he wasn't catching much.
No, he was a blocking tight end.
Are you doing a third or no?
For tight ends?
Yeah.
Again, it depends on how many receivers and running backs they want to keep and other positions as well. I'm going to say they'll have 3 tight ends, again, just for rotation purposes, because a lot of formations, you have 2 tight ends on the field, and if you only have 2 tight ends on your roster, one of them's going to eventually get tired and is going to have to run to the sideline for some Gatorade and oxygen. So you probably carry 3 tight ends, maybe even 4 if we're a running back. We're going to continue to be a running team. That's where Logan Thomas earns a roster spot.
I got high hopes for Logan Thomas. I think he's going to be something, and if the Bills are smart, they're going to keep him. They're going to need some height in the tight end, and I think he's doing his thing. So let's run down the offensive line. Eric Wood, is he a rookie?
Maybe, I never heard of him.
Karen Barton, Vladimir Dukas, Ryan Groy, Richie Incognito. You can't see him.
Yo, did you know that the Defenders come out this month?
Yes, next
You
week.
didn't tell me?
You should have been paying attention. John Miller, Greg Pike. What?
4 more days.
Zach Wojtek, Dion Dawkins, Jordan Mudge? What is a Mudge?
Someone who's not making the team.
Cordy Glenn, Chantrell Henderson, Cameron Jefferson, Jordan Mills, and Michael Ola.
Hola.
Man, that's a lot of names.
I think we're going to see the same guys as last year. We got Eric Wood, Richie Incognito. It'll be interesting to see what's going on with Centrell Henderson. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one who got into some trouble in the offseason.
Yeah, he got into a little bit of trouble.
Surprised he wasn't slapped with a suspension, seeing as Roger Goodell likes to hand out suspensions like...
No one's business.
No one's business, exactly. Ezekiel Elliott is a good example of that. He was not acquitted of everything, still got slapped with a 6-game suspension.
Dion Dawkins, that's another name of a rookie that's been doing this thing in camp. You know, I'm excited to see what happens with him. Hopefully he's good, but everyone else...
Yeah, maybe him. So we still have Cordy Glenn and Jordan Mills.
Cordy got a foot problem.
Which is probably why, we need depth.
Yeah, a lot of no names for that. So we can move on to defense. Defense. What you think, baby? Okay, helpful as always. Let's start with the defensive line. I love you.
No, I'm not good when it comes to sports. I
True.
don't even know why you would include me in any of this.
Well, maybe you have some color commentary.
Sure.
Wives, man. Remember, kids, get married. It is a joy and an adventure. Defensive line. We have Ryan Davis, Jerry Hughes, Shaq Lawson, Marquavius Lewis, Jake Metz, Ian Sanu.
Seau! Seau, man! That's Junior Seau's cousin.
Seau.
There's no N anywhere in that last name.
Max Vallis, Eric Yarbrough, DeAndre Coleman, Marcel Darius. Who's he?
Don't know.
I hope he does well. Adolphus Washington, Kyle Williams, Nigel Williams, and Jarrell Worthy. Is he worthy of being on this team?
Not worthy. That's a Sabres reference for everyone out there.
I thought that was a Wayne's World reference.
I'm just reciting a Rick Jenneret highlight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, baby! Top shelf where mama hides the cookies!
So, since the defense is being brought back to the 4-3, which is something that they should have never left,
Thank you, Rex.
the line is going to look as such. Jerry Hughes, Kyle Williams, Marcel Darius, and Shaq Lawson. But don't get me wrong. Eddie Yarborough also has been doing his thing. He was a nightmare in the first preseason game.
Again, got to be consistent. We can't get too crazy with these guys for one preseason game because it's preseason for the other team too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Adolphus Washington, I think he's going to earn one of those backup spots. He was on the team last year, I believe, and filled in pretty well.
Oh, he's been on the team for a while.
He's only been in the league for 2 years.
Yeah, a while.
A while to me is that 12 next to Kyle Williams. That's a while.
So what do we think of Sanu?
I don't think he makes the team.
I'm so glad that you got through that without trying to convince me that it's Seau.
I'm just getting over it.
You just gave up?
Yeah.
So, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with all of these players, man. I'm going to be real.
Some are going to make the roster, some are going to get cut.
That's a lot of names.
Yeah, Ryan Davis, I don't think he'll be gone.
DeAndre Coleman, I have no idea who that is.
I think he was on the team last year.
He was?
I think so.
Huh.
But for the fact that I can't really even remember his name, I'm going to say he doesn't make the team.
All right, well, let's go.
Got Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, Marcel.
Shaq, Jerry Hughes.
That's four. And let's give them one backup each.
Washington.
Adolphus Washington. Jarrell Worthy.
They all don't get backups.
Eddie Yarborough. They all get backups. Maybe they get hurt.
No, they all
and
don't get
Ian
backups.
Sanu.
That's not how it works.
It works for me.
They probably make practice squad, but they're not going to get roster spots. I think Adolphus Washington will be the only one who gets a roster spot. Everyone gets practice squad, and then if someone gets hurt, that's who you bring up from the practice squad. That's how it works. You only get 53-man roster to work with.
Have we been counting yet?
Well, no. But I'm telling you right now that we're not going to have 10 defensive ends.
No, just 8.
Face palm. Since we're not on camera. Face to palm.
Yes. So let's move on to the linebackers. We got my boy, Lorenzo Alexander. You know he's getting a roster spot. All right.
Oh,
Let's just say that right now. Sam Barrington.
No.
Carl Bradford.
No.
Preston Brown.
Yep.
Gerald Hodges.
Nope.
Ramon Humber.
No.
Jacob Lindsay.
No.
Abner Logan. Jesus Christ, man. That must have been tough being a kid. Matt Milano. Reggie Ragland. What is up with Reggie?
What do you mean? He's a linebacker for the Bills. I think he's going to get a spot.
You think you're going to get a spot?
Yeah, unless the rumors are true and they trade him. But I'll be surprised if they trade him. Someone who's never actually played a regular season game.
Hmm.
Who actually never. I don't think he even played any in the preseason last year. So he's still a rookie. He got hurt in training camp before preseason even started.
And Tanner Vallejo.
No, I don't think he makes it.
So that was fun. Moving on to cornerbacks. So this is another position where we have to say goodbye to a player. Ronald Darby was traded to Philly.
For a 6th-round draft.
3rd round. He was traded to Philly with a 6th round. They got a 3rd round in return along with E.J. Gaines. Wait, no, that was Sammy. That was Sammy.
That's very incorrect.
Yeah, we got. Shut up.
Jordan Matthews.
Yeah, we got Jordan Matthews, and we got E.J. Gaines from
LA
Sammy.
For Sammy.
Yes, that. So we have
along with a 2nd-round pick.
Yes, we have E.J. Gaines. Jesus Christ, I know I'm not drunk. This is just water. Leonard Johnson, Jamal Roll, Marcus,
Jamal Roll. Come on, man. It's a brother name. Jamal, not Jumal.
Jamal
Roll.
Marcus Sales. That's an interesting way to spell that. Kevon Seymour. Tre'Davious White with his happy country butt.
A boy.
Sharice Wright. Tre'Davious, if you ever want to come on the podcast, by all means, come on. And just smile. That's all you got to do. Smile at the camera. Greg Mabe. Oh, wait, no. Sharice Wright. That's
the last of the cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Another one's a defensive back. Same difference.
Okay. Greg Maben and Bradley. Suavemente. Rico. Suave.
Yeah, he's not making the team.
No. Greg Maben. Just because of the last name?
Nope.
E.J. Gaines has a shot if he does well, but who knows? Tre'Davious White is definitely... Okay?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Okay.
Don't know why he's calling me.
Tre'Davious White is definitely making the team. Kevon Seymour is definitely making the team. That's all I know. Oh, yeah. They like him.
Well, I'm going to hope E.J. Gaines, I really hope he makes the team, which I think he will, seeing as how that's the guy we kind of got rid of our top wide receiver for.
So we'll see what happens. Let's go on to safeties. And coming in at number 33, we have Colt Anderson.
I wish he would have taken the number 45.
I think 45 is still available.
He should be 45.
Oh, wait, no. Marcus Sales. He's 45.
Well, I feel it would be better marketing strategy for Colt Anderson if he was
That
45.
would be impressioning upon young children who look up to these football players. They'll need to know what Colt 45 means.
Why?
Because they are young children.
I'm not talking about the malt liquor.
What else is Colt 45?
A gun? The original Colt 45 is a Colt. Colt is a gun brand. 45 caliber.
I don't have a gun, man.
Well, I have guns, and Colt 45 would be awesome.
Still, young kids, they don't need their hands on guns. That's another topic.
Moving on to safety. Oh, wait, we are on safety.
Yeah, we are on safety. So what are your thoughts?
Michael Hyde. That's it.
Did I say Michael Hyde or did I? Oh, I forgot all about him.
Michael Hyde and Bacardi Rambo. Bacardi Rambo. Bakari Rambo. I wish I
See, you got alcohol on your mind, man.
No, you have alcohol on your mind.
No, I don't.
Mr. Seymour.
This is water.
Or Sanu.
I know what I'm saying.
Let's see. B.T. Sanders. No. The guys at the safety position, it's going to be Michael Hyde. That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Bacardi. Bacardi Rambo.
See?
And Colt Anderson if he gets the number 45.
Moving on to special teams. The only battle here is the punters between Arthur Rakow and Colton Schmidt. So who do you roll with? Raquel or
Who?
Schmidt?
Schmidt. No, I think Colton Schmidt's going to lose his job. He played pretty bad. For a punter to stand out for being bad, that's not a good thing. So Austin hopefully is an upgrade. I'm kind of excited about Steven Hakuska. Got him from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be a pretty good kicker to kick in Seattle. So
I mean, he did pretty good.
can't be that much worse than Mr. Carpenter.
Was he picked up yet?
I don't know. Don't care.
Neither do I. So that's our rundown. And no, we didn't count it. Hopefully, future me counts how many players we chose. And a total will be on your screen right about now. Were you right? Was this a contest? I don't know.
Were we right? Were we even close? Do we know what we're talking about? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
No, that's... No. We don't want to be pulled down by Toei. This is not Dragon Ball Z. Toei, if you want to be on the podcast, let us know. We'd love to have you. Flying from Japan, but we don't have money for that. So...
Toei's an entity, not a person.
Person in control of Toei. If you want to come on the podcast, let us know.
Can I reach out to the dude who actually created Dragon Ball?
Toriyama?
Akira Toriyama.
Oh my god, the fact that you guys know that. I'm not the only anime nerd!
Well, we like Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z is life.
We should probably stop saying Dragon Ball Z.
We could talk about Dragon Ball Z.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, they're going to get mad at us for saying Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z.
Look, they get mad at Team 4 Star, okay?
We're not...
Team 4 Star, if you want to be on the podcast, let me know.
We're not making parodies of anything or using their images.
The podcast is on the way. In fact, it's going to be next, people. So...
Yes!
I have no idea what the number is. I'm going to continue sipping on my water. And... Shut up! On behalf of OBB and the Beckie, we have been yakking it. We'll see you next time.